What's good, people? I'm back again with another video, and this is just my finals prediction for the playoffs. And I waited to do this video. I was going to do this sooner, but I figure, what I'm saying, let me just wait till it gets down, game 6 and 7, because this series is close, man. Both series are close. This is what, like, this NBA playoffs, this Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals, what everybody basically predicted. I myself knew that Boston was going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals when they had Kyrie Irving. Because, yeah, they got Gordon Hayward, but Kyrie Irving was just the typing of the cake, okay? Kyrie Irving is just a missing piece to the puzzle. And from what I've seen, it's like this Celtics team is pretty much ready to go, and they're ready for a championship, from what I've seen. Not only from Brad Stevens, who I feel is like the third best coach in this league. Because when it comes to Brad Stevens, I'm not going to count, like, trophies right now, okay? Yeah, he hasn't won a championship yet, but he's playing like a championship caliber coach from what I've seen. For the simple fact, like, the Celtics, this is the second time where they're in another Eastern Conference, like, finals, okay? Like, remember last year, even when Isaiah Thomas, they was able to go into the playoffs as a first seed. Remember that. Yeah, they didn't beat Cleveland, but still, that team still fought hard to get there. And now, even with Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving out, they're still able to show that they're a team that's serious, a team that's hungry. And plus, Boston pretty much proved that a lot of people wrong. I thought Boston was going to be out at least by the first or second round. I mean, I knew they was going to get out the first round, but the second round, I thought Philadelphia had that in the bag. But that just goes to show you, man, even Philadelphia is a young team. Simmons and Embiid and Sark, Marquez Fultz. I'll give those that team more time to gel together, because Philadelphia definitely going to be a threat. They're definitely going to be dangerous down the line, but this just ain't their time yet. But they're getting better. But Boston, man, like Jason Tatum, Rozier, Jaylen Brown, Shane Larkin, all those guys are draft picks. They're young. They're athletic. And then you got Marcus Boyce and Al Horford, Greg Monroe. They're definitely veterans. So, again, I mean, I feel Boston, I think, and I'm going to just say it like this right now, man. Like, like I said, the Celtics are ready, but as far as championship, I don't think they're ready for the finals just yet. I mean, if they do go to the finals, they'll make it halfway interesting, but they're not going to win. Like, the Celtics beat Cleveland in Game 6 tonight, either tonight or tomorrow, then if they get to the finals, they're not going to win. They'll maybe win only maybe 1 or 2 games, and that's it. They're not going to beat anybody come out the West. They're not going to beat Golden State, and they're definitely not beating the Houston Rockets. But that determines on Chris Paul's health right now, because for those who don't know, if you was watching last game, Chris Paul is actually hurt. He's been ruled out for Game 6. And I know that's going to be kind of bad right now, because they're going into Golden State. And with Chris Paul out, Golden State can definitely win that game. Yeah, as good as Gordon Hayward has been, and as good as, not Gordon Hayward, excuse me, but Eric Gordon. As good as Eric Gordon has been for them, because Eric Gordon has definitely given them big shots last night, okay? Last night, he scored more points than Chris Paul and James Harden off the bench. So Aaron Gordon has definitely been a great scorer for them, and even though as good as PJ Tucker's been, come on now, you're facing against Steph Curry, you're facing against Klay Thompson. Any one of those guys can get hot at any time, can turn it around. And Golden State is definitely a team that's going to fight you at home. I don't see Kevin Durant and them losing at their house, so I feel Golden State's going to definitely force a Game 7 since Chris Paul's not going to be in Game 6. It's going to be a Game 7. But as far as the Boston and Cleveland series, Boston might get end it tonight. They may end it in Game 6. I'm going to let you know that now. All they have to do now is win in Cleveland. They beat Cleveland, they're in the finals. Because all this is showing you right now that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're ready to go. And this is only their rookie year, and they're already in the Eastern Conference. So all that tells me that Boston's definitely going to be that next great team. They're definitely going to be a championship team. And if it doesn't happen this year, then it's definitely going to happen next season. Definitely next season, because now Kyrie Irving will be fully healthy. But see, technically, and this is the problem I have with Kyrie Irving right now. Kyrie Irving can technically come back now, because his knee injury is actually not as bad as people think. Remember, Steph Curry's been having the same knee problems the last 2 seasons, yet he finds a way to still play in the finals when his team needs him. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry would actually get his surgery basically before the playoff starts, at least a month in advance. Heal up, then come back. That's what Kyrie Irving should have been doing. If I'm Kyrie Irving, I'm trying to find some kind of way to get back into the game, to get back so I can at least play in the finals. I can at least play maybe 10, 15 minutes the finals to give my team some leeway right now. Because truth be told, man, like I said, I tell you, man, even though Rozier is young and he's been playing great right now, he's still, the guy is only a rookie, man. Like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Matter of fact, everybody on that Boston Celtics team has not been to the finals at all. Never one of them. Greg Monroe, Al Horford have been in the league all this time. They're one of those teams able to make the finals at all. And y'all remember Al Horford when he was on the Atlanta Hawks, right? The year when they had Budenholzer in 2016. The Hawks was the second best, was actually the best Eastern Conference team. They basically they came into the seed as a first seed, which is something that Joe Johnson and Josh Smith and them couldn't do. And you remember, you know what I'm saying, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals and still lost to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that was the year when Kyrie Irving was healthy. So like I said, they could never make it this far at all. So like I said, Horford, Marcus Morris, Greg Monroe, they never been to finals. These rookies, okay, they're in another big game which they never played before, okay. If they go to the finals, they play against veterans, guys who's been in the league before, who's been here a while. So that's the only problem. They desperately need Kyrie Irving. Not even Gordon Hayward himself. And y'all see how long it took Gordon Hayward before he came All-Star. He's never played in the NBA championship before at all. So for the Celtics, this will be a first time for them. But again, man, it's a strong team. I like the direction they're going, and it just shows you that Danny Ainge knows how to draft. Danny Ainge knows how to rebuild. It's just like when Danny Ainge, you know what I'm saying, traded Doc Rivers, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. You know what I'm saying? He traded those guys to the other teams and got back all those draft picks. Like Danny Ainge knew it was time to rebuild. He knew it was time to start over. See, this Celtic team now is the result of Danny Ainge's hard work. And Danny Ainge was able to hire Brad Stevens, who was then able to develop Isaiah Thomas, okay, IT. You know, he was able to develop Jay Crowder, Kelly Olynyk, you know, Evan Turner, okay, Marcus Morris. These guys who came in there, you know, so came onto that team, he was able to develop them into a nice team. Even Amir Johnson played a good part in the rebuild. So like I said, so at the time he drafted Jaylen Brown, Rozier, Larkin, you know, Jason Tatum. He drafted these guys. Danny Ainge knew it was a system he wanted to run. He saw what Brad Stevens was trying to do, and he basically provided Brad Stevens with players that could fit his system. See, the key to winning a championship is all about having players that fits a coach's system. Every player in the league ain't gonna work in a certain system at all. Yet alone work around with certain other guys. Okay. For example, if you're gonna have LeBron James on your team, then you got to be prepared to meet LeBron James' needs and who he wants to play with. Because LeBron James is such a great player, he knows how to carry people. LeBron only wants certain players to play with him. Everybody's not gonna be able to play with LeBron James. They just not. Especially if you're a player that's up and coming, and you're a player that's used to being the main option, you're not gonna be able to play with LeBron unless you're willing to adjust. Like, for example, you can't put Carmelo Anthony on the same team as LeBron because it's not going to work out. Carmelo's going to want more touches. If he don't get no more touches, he's going to complain like he did against OKC. This is why the Thunder did not make it out the first round. Okay? Because even then, before Carmelo came, I believe they would have been better with just Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Because both of those guys are younger than Carmelo. Carmelo came through there, man. Carmelo's not happy because he's not getting touches. That's exactly what LeBron. If you're going to put LeBron James, then LeBron James needs to be the main option. You need to put other guys that are just there for support, who are able to provide him with the help he needs to keep him in the game. That's all you got to do. But LeBron is not going to be on the same team with just another superstar. Okay, this is not Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. See, and when people need to understand, Wade and Bosh, they agreed to play with LeBron. Those guys are friends. They were all close outside the court. So those three already had chemistry already. Those three would practice and work out with each other off season. Okay, that's why they're called the Banana Boat. Because those three, along with Chris Paul and Carmelo, they are automatically close. Okay, they're homies outside the court. But every team ain't built like that anyway. They just not, man. Like I said, you can't, like I said, everybody can't go along like that. That's why I understand these Lakers fans right now. Okay, but I mean, like I said, that's another video for another time, but still, man, this is why the Celtics are where they are now, because Ainge knows how to draft. Ainge, you know what I'm saying, saw the system that Brad Stevens was trying to run. He provided Stevens with those type of players. So, with that being said, I think the Celtics are ready. They're hungry. Like I said, for the Celtics, this is just getting more and more experience right now. They're getting them ready for next season. But Cleveland's not looking like a team that's ready for the NBA Finals. I'm just going to be honest. Only LeBron James, Kyle Korver, and Kevin Love are the only three right now that's really trying to do something for him. Is really keeping him in the game. Tristan Thompson, hell no. J.R. Smith, no. Clarkson and Randall. Now Clarkson and Nance, I give him. I'm not gonna go as hard at them right now, because Clarkson and Nance has been on the Lakers that whole time. They have to learn a new system. This is all new to them right now. This is their first time on the Eastern Conference. They're playing for another team, a whole another side, another conference. They have to. They're playing for a different head coach. They're trying to learn a different system right now. So I understand why Clarkson and Nance are struggling right now, because this is their first time trying to play with LeBron James. They're not used to this system at all. Tyronn Lue obviously runs a whole nother different game plan than what Luke Walton was running with the Lakers. And plus, those two are used to losing this whole time. Like Clarkson is used to being at the bottom of the list. Clarkson has been on losing franchise, on a losing team for the last 5 years since he got drafted. So, Jordan Clarkson doesn't know how to play in the playoffs. This is his first time. So for Clarkson and Nance, they're gonna get a pass. Okay, you can't get mad at them. So that's what people need to understand. What Cleveland Cavaliers understand, the reason why Cleveland is not playing that well, because the chemistry is not right. This team has went through a major roster change. Because even then, man, Isaiah Thomas, they traded Isaiah Thomas when he was injured. Like if I was on David Griffin and I was Dan Gilbert, I know David Griffin got fired, because David Griffin at least exchanged him Chris Paul. Now if Cleveland would have got Chris Paul, that would have been even better for him. If Cleveland would have got Chris Paul, they'd be on their way to a championship. They would have no problem against Boston right now, whatsoever. Okay, because Chris Paul can go against Kyrie Irving, no problem, no doubt. Chris Paul and LeBron would mesh automatically. They'll click like him, like when LeBron was with Dwayne Wade. That's what should have went down. That didn't go down because David Griffin was fired. Okay, and obviously the other coaches, the other coaches, I guess the Clippers, like it fell through. Yeah, Gilbert fell through because David Griffin didn't go through with the trade. But anyways, and even if the Clippers would have had Kyrie Irving right now, the Clippers would be in the playoffs, or the Clippers would at least be in they'll be in the Western Conference Finals right now. But anyways, the problem with the Cavaliers this offseason, they didn't have a real legit point guard. That's the problem with Cleveland right now. I'm gonna tell you what's Cleveland's problem right now. Is why they're not ready for the finals. George Hill is not a scoring point guard like that that's gonna give you 27 points a game like Kyrie Irving is. I say he's not Kyrie Irving. He's not a Chris Paul. He's not a Steph Curry. He's not even John Wall, because John Wall averaged way more points than George Hill on any day. On John Wall's bad night, he has the same. He puts up slightly better points, better stats than George Hill. George Hill is just a defensive guard, but sometimes that's not enough if you're not putting no points. So that's LeBron James' problem right now. LeBron James needs at least like a Mario Chalmers, because LeBron Chalmers could actually score the ball. I'm gonna say Mario Chalmers is at least decent. If LeBron, see, that's what Cleveland should have signed. Cleveland should have went after Mario Chalmers. I don't know why they didn't do that at all, man. If I was the GM, if I'm Dan Gilbert, I was gonna at least make a deal for Mario Chalmers, sign him from free agency right now. Cause I believe Mario Chalmers is not on the Grizzlies, or if he is on the Grizzlies, I would have made a deal, man. Not only would I have gotten George Hill, I would have gotten Mario Chalmers, because Mario Chalmers would be way better for him than J.R. Smith. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I told y'all before, J.R. Smith is on his way out. Him and Tristan Thompson, they basically phasing out. And see, the Cavaliers might as well keep Kevin Love in center. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Tristan Thompson is not. He's not gonna give you no points like that at all. He's not a dominant player. He just ain't, man. He's not that guy they want him to be. He's not even playing like, even DeAndre Jordan right now is playing way better than Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson's not the center that's gonna basically provide rebounds and provide points for you either. Like ever since Tristan Thompson got with Khloe Kardashian, his career has went down the drain. They got to get Tristan Thompson out of there. No, Tyronn Lue is better off either putting Larry Nance as center or putting Kevin Love at the starting center position, because Tristan Thompson's not going to do it for you. That's the problem, man. Tristan Thompson got to go. J.R. Smith is released by this offseason. Because like I told you, man, Mario Chalmers would be a way better guard for you, or even Norris Cole. Norris Cole and Mario Chalmers would be way better for you than J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith's time is pretty much up. He's phased out. Okay? Cleveland might as well draft him a younger guard. But that's their problem. They need a better point guard, because George Hill is not going to give them enough points. George Hill averages 13, 14 at best. That's George Hill average. That's not enough. That's not going to cut it. Because even Kyle Korver right now, Kyle Korver is off the bench, but Kyle Korver is giving you at least 18, 19, in between 18 and 21. know what I'm saying? Kyle Korver will give you some points. Kyle Korver's a spot-up shooter like the Splash Brothers is, okay? Kyle Korver is another Ray Allen type player. You need that right now. But this is why Cleveland is not good. This is why Boston is basically pounding Cleveland down, is because Boston actually has guys that's coming off the that can actually score. Terry Rozier can score for you, man. Terry Rozier will give you more than. Matter of fact, the Celtics got players on their team like Rozier, Tatum, and Brown. They're giving you more than 14 points. These guys are giving you 20 to 24, 20 to 25. So this is Cleveland's problem right now, why they're struggling. And even then, when the Cleveland get to the finals, they're gonna go through the same situation. They're gonna go through the same struggle. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Golden State is a little banged up right now. I'm not gonna lie, because even Iguodala, his age is starting to show. Iguodala is starting to break down physically. Okay. Remember, Iguodala is not a young whippersnapper neither. Iguodala been in this league almost around the same time LeBron has. I think Iggy came in, I think maybe 1 or 2 years after LeBron. But those guys both been in the league for over 10 years. I think Iggy is around 34, 35. Okay, even Livingston right now. These guys are getting older. So that's just what it is for Cleveland right now. So if Cleveland don't beat Boston, if Boston wins in Game 6, you now know why. Like Cleveland's roster has changed now. Now even Rodney Hood right now, man. Rodney Hood needs to give better touches. I will start Rodney Hood right now. I don't know why Tyronn Lue hasn't started that. Rodney Hood needs to start for you, because when Rodney Hood was with the Utah Jazz, he started. I remember it was George Hill, Rodney Hood, Gordon Hayward, and then you had Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert. That was the starting lineup for the Utah Jazz. That was actually extremely effective. Okay, and maybe this is why Rodney Hood is not that effective right now, because Rodney Hood is not starting. I'm gonna tell you what's the problem. Rodney Hood's the type of player is the more touches he gets, the more he starts, the better he'll get with the team. Rodney Hood is a clutch three-point shooter. Okay, Rodney Hood has size. Rodney Hood's 6'6". I don't understand why they're keeping Rodney Hood on the bench like that. That makes zero sense. Like, if it was up to me right now, I would have Rodney Hood in the starting lineup. Because Rodney Hood will give you way better defense than J.R. Smith, and like he's a clutch shooter. All right, so that's what I'll do, right? I'll actually start Jordan Clarkson. Truth be told, I'll start Clarkson. But the problem with Clarkson right now, he's struggling, which I understand. But still, man, like if you Tyronn Lue, you gotta make adjustments, man. You gotta do what works. But I will actually start Jordan Clarkson over George Hill, because Jordan Clarkson could actually give you 20 points. Jordan Clarkson has the potential to give you 24, to give you 26, 27, like he did with the Lakers. That's why I understand why Jordan Clarkson was never the starting point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. It made no sense. But again, man, like I said, the Lakers' problem, they're confused about what they're trying to do, lineup-wise. But anyways, yeah, the problem with George Hill right now, he's not a point guard that's going to give you a whole lot of points. He's more of a Derek Fisher. But see, the thing about Derek Fisher, Derek Fisher had Kobe Bryant at the end of the day. He had Kobe Bryant, he had Trevor Ariza, he had Robert Horry, Rick Fox. He had Sasha Vujacic, Shannon Brown. He had Steve Blake. Derek Fisher was surrounded by other scoring guards, other players who were scoring, who were top scorers. So that's why Derek Fisher was able to get away with being a low scoring guard. All the Lakers needed Derek Fisher do was to play defense and give him a good shot here and there. They need Derek Fisher to score a whole lot of points, but that's what Kobe was for. But you're not playing them type of days anymore. Nowadays, you need everybody to be contributing an equal amount of points. At least more than 14, 15 if they're going to want to survive. So because LeBron James don't have a Kyrie Irving, this team is struggling right now. So this is what's going on right now. LeBron has to work extra hard right now. So but honestly, man, if I'm LeBron, I'll stay in Cleveland. Because if they lose, even if they lose right now, LeBron shouldn't be ashamed right now. He has nothing to be ashamed about. It just means they're not ready for a championship yet. If they lose right now, this is what Cleveland needs to do. And I'm gonna tell you, man, just from this just a preview. This is exactly what's getting ready to happen. Cleveland is, of course, they're gonna sign LeBron to the max deal, because LeBron even said he's gonna give Cleveland a chance to sign him to the money he wants them to sign him to before he goes anywhere else. Because it wouldn't make sense for LeBron to leave the Eastern Conference where he's king, where he's the man, where he's the leader, and go over to Western Conference that's even tougher. Because I can guarantee you right now, man, if LeBron goes to the Western Conference, he goes to the wrong team. If he goes to a certain team, he's not going to necessarily win. The Western Conference is going to be even tougher it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be a tougher mountain to climb in the East. See, in the Eastern Conference, LeBron is the best player. There's no other player in the Eastern Conference up to LeBron James level. To be honest, right now, the Eastern Conference has younger guys like Giannis, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, you know what I'm saying, Jaylen Brown, you know, Hassan Whiteside, Winslow. A lot of these guys are young, okay? None of these guys are up to LeBron James stats. They don't have his accolades at all. The Eastern Conference are still in development right now, but it's getting better. You know, Victor Oladipo has definitely been improved, but they're still not there yet. They're not to the Western Conference level. If LeBron goes to the West, it's just too much competition right now. And even there, man, it's going to once again change the tide of the league, the balance of the league. So LeBron, like I said, is better off staying in Cleveland. He better off staying put. So if, let's say, if Boston does beat Cleveland in Game 6, and you know what I'm saying, and Cleveland goes home, then what the Cavaliers need to do, they need to sign LeBron first of all. Then they need to keep Rodney Hood, keep Jordan Clarkson, keep Larry Nance. Okay, because Nance and Clarkson are young. Those guys are under 25. Those guys are under 26 years old. Nance and Clarkson still got a lot of time left to develop. All right? And plus, Nance and Clarkson will have more time with this team. Even in offseason, you give them more time to practice with LeBron, they'll be able to adjust. And then you keep Kyle Korver for one more year. Because I think Kyle Korver maybe have maybe 1 or 2 seasons left the way he's playing right now. Because one thing I can honestly say about Kyle Korver has remained healthy for most of his career. Kyle Korver has never really suffered no serious injury that took him out for an entire season. So that's what's so good about spot-up shooters. They don't get hurt as much because they're not really banging the rim. They're not really doing that much attacking. But Kyle Korver is definitely getting up there in age. But like I said, to me, man, I think Kyle Korver is like 36, 37. Kyle Korver could play till he's 40. You know what I'm saying? He can do what Ray Allen did, play till he's like at least 39. So I'll give Kyle Korver maybe 1 or 2 more seasons. I will sign Kyle Korver to the very minimum. Kyle Korver will at least stay. He'll definitely stay because due to the Cavaliers, this is the only team he's actually able to get to an NBA Finals. Kyle Korver is another player that's never gotten to the finals at all until he got with LeBron. So that should show you how good LeBron James is. Since everybody want to talk against LeBron helps players get to the finals, reach their full potential. That's something Kobe Bryant could not do. But again, man, I don't want to go too off topic with the Kobe and LeBron comparisons, but it is what it is. So that's what the Cleveland Cavaliers need to do. As far as LeBron's sake, keep LeBron there, keep Rodney Hood, keep Clarkson, keep Nance. Hell, I will actually keep George Hill, but Tyronn Lue needs to make a decision on George Hill. George Hill to me needs to be just a 6-man. He don't need to be starting for you. Because to me, man, George Hill doesn't put up enough points to be a starting guard. Or if you are going to start George Hill, you need to make it to where George Hill needs to be putting up more points. Because the only way Cleveland plays better when they have a scoring point guard. A point guard that could give you at least 22 to 27 like Kyrie Irving was doing. They need that type of guard. Even a shooting guard right now, whoever the shooting guards, they need to be able to, the shooting guards need to be averaging at least 26, 5, and 3. They need to have at least about 5 steals and 2 or 3 blocks. Okay? Cleveland needs a Bradley Beal, a Klay Thompson, or James Harden on that team for them to be effective. J.R. Smith is getting up in age. He's phased out. This is why Iman Shumpert had to go. That's why they didn't mind training Iman Shumpert and Shannon Fry. Those guys are aging. They're getting older now. No, those particular players are not what they used to be anymore anyway. Okay? But no, I will keep George Hill, but George Hill needs to understand that he needs to put up more points on the board. George Hill needs to be giving you at least 19 or 20. That 13 points ain't gonna work, not when you're playing with LeBron. Because LeBron can't be the main scorer. He needs to be everybody. LeBron needs to be on a team where everybody's gonna contribute an equal amount of points. And see, the reason why they was able to beat Golden State in 2006 because not only was Kyrie Irving putting up points, but like I said, J.R. Smith was playing better. Tristan Thompson was putting up more points before Chloe came over there. Kevin Love was contributing. Okay? Even Dante Jones and Mo Williams, they were coming off the bench putting up points, putting up numbers. And Cleveland also needs to work on the bench too. And see, the problem with Cleveland even this year, man, Derrick Rose was just Derrick Rose basically needs to retire. Derrick Rose was just was a bad sign. I don't know why they spent money on Derrick Rose. Okay, Derrick Rose once again got injured for them. Isaiah Thomas was hurt with the knee, was dealing with a leg injury. Okay, so Cleveland this really wasn't their year at all. I'm just being honest, man. Cleveland had to go through too many roster changes, too many lineup changes. Dwayne Wade, another player that was up in age. Okay, Dwayne Wade was going to help nobody. Dwayne Wade is not that player no more. Dwayne Wade has another history of knee problems. His injury slowed him down. So I think Wade's going to pretty much retire, and he's going to basically retire in Miami and be done with it, end his career. I mean, I understand what Dwayne Wade was trying to do, but he was going to help out no LeBron. So that's just it, man. With that being said, I got Boston in the finals. I got Boston in the finals, but they're going to lose. Because I don't want to see Cleveland in the finals and they once again suffer like they did last year. That would just be bad, man. That would not be a good NBA Finals at all. Because the way they're struggling against Boston, the Cavaliers are struggling with a Celtic team that don't have Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward right now. Because technically Hayward and Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving are the other two captains besides Horford. I think Horford, their big three is Horford, Hayward, and Kyrie Irving. But Hayward is definitely the other guy. He's the other captain on that team. And they're missing both of those guys. And Cleveland is struggling. Cleveland is a veteran team that's struggling against a lot younger Celtic team. So that's just my issue. The Celtics will get to the finals. And the Celtics, like I said, Celtics will make it. Celtics will fight. They'll make it an interesting game, but they're just not going to win. The Celtics will make it a close game, but out of Houston and Golden State, they're not going to beat neither one of those teams. And in the case of Houston and Golden State right now, I believe Golden State's going to win Game 6 because Chris Paul's not going to be there. Because again, man, like if those haven't noticed, like D'Antoni is working with a limited roster. I'm gonna be honest, man. Joe Johnson has not been getting that much playing time. He's only been playing maybe 6 or 7 guys. He's not been playing everybody. Nene, I haven't been seeing getting him as much at all. Okay, like for some reason D'Antoni, I don't know what it is, but D'Antoni's not using everybody on that team. Like, there's certain players not getting enough playing time. D'Antoni's only using maybe 8 or 9 guys out of like 12, 15 players. And maybe they're banged up too. They got injuries. I know Clint Capella is definitely Clint Capella is definitely going to be the Finals MVP just by his defense. Yeah, James Harden, Chris Paul have been doing their thing. Trevor Reeves has been coming through, but Clint Capella, man, Clint Capella is doing an excellent job, not only guarding Draymond Green, but also guarding Kevin Durant. So if let's say the Rockets do get to the finals and win, Clint Capella definitely going to be your guy. Okay, that's going to be the guy they interview for Finals MVP. But as far as right now, I mean, without Chris Paul, they're going to be very limited. Yeah, Gordon Hayward and PJ Tucker are good right now, but like I said, they're going against a defending Golden State Warrior team that knows how to adapt to certain situations right now. For PJ Tucker and Eric Gordon, this is their first time actually in the Western Conference Finals. To be honest with you right now, Eric Gordon is another player like Al Horford, like Greg Monroe, that's actually never gotten to this moment at all. This is his first time, and he's played well. He's definitely fits under D'Antoni's system, but he's gonna be in a whole lot of pressure come Game 6. So, with that being said, I got as far as Houston, I want to go with Houston right now, but I just don't know. Because once again, Chris Paul injuries is an issue. Okay, this is why the Clippers did not get to the finals like they should have. Because the seasons where the Clippers should have made a run right now, Chris Paul was injured. Okay? And like I said, Chris Paul is already 33 years old. So y'all gotta understand, when you get around his age, injuries set on you big time. It takes a lot out of your body. So with that being said, I gotta go with Golden State. I'm gonna go with Golden State. I got Golden State beating Houston. Because they'll win Game 6 and Game 7. And it depends on Chris Paul's health too, man. Because once again, Chris Paul got injuries to the same legs, the same knees. Chris Paul has had problems with that hamstring since the last 10 years. Matter of fact, it was Chris Paul's hamstring, you know what I'm saying, the first time he got injured with the Clippers, why he didn't make it, man. Remember, man, he had a hamstring injury when he was with the Hornets. And he was out in 2010. So that's my only problem, man. Chris Paul is at the age now to where his injuries take a lot longer to heal. No, his body is not what it used to be anymore. It's not like he's 26 or 27. So I got Golden State in Game 7. And that's me giving them respect because they're the defending champions that they've won. They've been in the championship the last 4 years in a row. You got Kevin Durant, Draymond. You know what I'm saying? These guys are not going to allow their team to be losing that easily. But I mean, even though Houston's still going to give them a fight, I want to go with Houston right now because I'm a Clipper fan. I don't like Golden State anyway, but I can't be biased. I got to be realistically right now. So that's just my prediction. Y'all stay blessed. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.